Might not
Yes,
might
you are on, sir.
Wonderful.
Are you seeing how is my image?
Proper. Well lit.
Okay, right.
I think
So
I can.
we get right into it. Let me just turn on the live chat. I have turned on. Live chats are visible. I am trying to test something. Okay. So talking points. Sir, talking points, talking points. Zambia's game, Zambia's lineup first.
We talk about the lineup. Okay. So
Yes.
the lineup was Willard in goal. Willard Mwanza in goal.
Mm-hmm.
Right back we had Matthews
Yes.
Banda. Center backs we
Yes.
had Benson Sakala and Dominic Chanda. Left back was Lubambo Msonda. We had a midfield three, or I believe it was a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. We had Klings Kangwa. We had Owen Tembo making his debut, and also the Miguel Changachaiwa of Hibernian, marshalling the midfield. We also had Fashion Sakala, captain of the day. On the left wing, we had Patson Daka in the middle as our striker, and we had Lamek Banda of Leche on the right wing. What were the
Mm-hmm.
surprises in that lineup for you?
Yeah. For me, I did not expect Matthews Banda to start. I expected Lubambo to play right back and Hamasea. Is it Hamasea? Right?
Hamasenya.
That's how you pronounce it. Hamasenia.
Hamasenya.
Yes. I expected Hamasenia to make his AFCON debut as a left back. So for me, Matthews was a surprise. I felt playing Rubambo on the right side of things wasn't really on the left side. I mean, we didn't really get to see uh, his full quality, in as much as he had to always cut inside and try to shoot with his right foot. So for me, that was
I
the
have a point on that, but we'll get to it.
yeah.
We'll
So
get.
I think at some point our strikers, because of that, were a bit stuffed. There were no crosses coming in, and that for me was something that surprised me. I expected the coach to go with Lubambo right back and then Hamasenia left back. For the defense, that was my number one choice defense. So I was a bit surprised when I saw a comment on the first Facebook page. Someone was really downplaying that Dominic Chanda and Benson Sakal. I would rather have been. For me, Benson will always be the first name on the score on the team sheet. For one reason, he gives you the physicality that most Southern African countries teams lack, and I say Southern African countries because our this part of the region is not the most physical, and that's where West Africans really have a number on us. So I'll always play Benson for me. So seeing him partner Dominic Chanda for me was really for me. It was to go. They were to go. And then I didn't expect, but in the absence of having had Benson play what's this as the
Simple
center
back.
as a center back. Yeah. So it was a no-brainer, a no-brainer that we get to see Chaiwa play, and he accounted him very well. But I was very impressed with Owen as well. Yeah. So let's not get ahead of ourselves, but yeah, for me that was my lineup. The surprise in the lineup.
Okay, good to see someone in the chat there. Grace, good to
Oh
have
yes.
you.
Are you there, sir?
Hello.
Uh, we had lost you, but you can continue.
Yeah, I was just saying hi to the one who is in the chat.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes.
Mhm. For me, the lineup
Yeah, what was
was
your
it was
surprise?
it was it the best lineup that we could bring up from the players that we have? You can say so. I had grievances here and there. Of
Where
course,
exactly?
Lawrence was always going to be dropped after that howl against the DR Congo in the friendly. Very shaky
Mm-hmm.
performance.
Mm.
And also at club level, Willard has been the number one choice for power.
Yeah,
Wouldn't really make sense to bench him at the national team,
yeah,
despite the variance in experience between the two. Because Lawrence has played an AFCON before. Right
yeah,
back, Matthews Banda, was it a surprise? Yes, especially that I expected also Luambo to play right back.
yeah,
Um, Center backs, I was okay with the pairing. They're both composed. Benson is a more physical one. Dominic is very technically secure on the ball. The
yeah,
passing was immaculate from the back. They were very
yeah,
composed.
yeah,
Benson organized the defense well, being the more experienced center back there. Dominic, under if this was Grant, Kabaso was going to start.
yeah.
If this was under
For
Grant,
me,
the,
yeah,
the one thing that this is maybe a personal opinion of mine. The best center back in Zambia doesn't translate to be the best center back anywhere else because of the football that we play. Dominic is underrated in Zambia because of the football that he plays. Power Dynamos
yeah,
play a more technical game, but you have
yeah,
Kawa Warriors who are doing so well because of Kabaso and Kilian Kanguluma. But you took
yeah,
those guys to the Chan and you took them to the Kosafa and they suffered,
yeah,
conceded goals left, right, and center. Why? Because of it doesn't translate. The way we play football in Zambia, when we go out there, it doesn't translate. So I was glad that he went with Dominic and not Kabaso because he would have
mhm,
disrupted the rhythm of the game. Left back, going
mhm,
with Luambo, like you said, was a problem. Why it was a problem? You have two right-footed players on the same line, which was Luambo and Fashion, and they will
fashion,
both try to cut in. They will both try to cut in, meaning they are going to make the pitch small and make the job easier for the defenders. Because all the defenders knew all you have to do is stay, force him to go inside, and then the other one will cover. Because they are playing three at the back, so they will always outnumber us on the wing. If we had a left-footed player there, like Hamasenya, who I thought was going to play, or at least
mm,
Obino Chisala, who
mm,
is naturally left-footed, they would maintain the width as Fashion cuts in. They can also maintain the width that they would whip some early crosses or overlap fashions, underlapping run and cutting inside and stuff.
Yeah.
That would have been
Yeah.
better for us. Midfield, the balance was okay, though. I think the whole team struggled for the first 15, 20 minutes. We struggled a bit until, we caught up with the intensity of the game. We caught up with the physicality. We saw Changa Chayoa flying into some tackles. We saw also Owen Tembo come alive. He accounted for himself well, being it being his first international tournament. Defenders well, seeing that we were a bit outmuscled in midfield, but they still accounted for themselves well. Klings was not his usual creative self. What was not the best performance from him, but I was happy to see him in the squad. Always a mainstay in the starting 11. I think he is our best creative outlet. Not even think. I think that is just a fact right now. If we are going to have goals in this tournament, Kings Kangwa has to start.
Yeah.
The front three, I think there was no doubt who was going to start there. Although people were clamoring for a replacement for Patson Daka because his goals have been dry. We really don't have. They say beggars are not choosers. We don't have a lot of talent to the level of Patson that we can have the luxury to replace them. I was just seeing Senegal play against is it Botswana, and they could manage to rest Malik Diouf, who has been one of the best left backs in Europe. I can say that even in the Premier League, he has been one of the best left backs. If you have seen him play, very physical, attacking wise, very good. But they put him on the bench for, is it Jacobs? So they have that luxury. We don't. We don't. So the front three kind of just writes itself.
Yeah.
So the only gripe I have was not seeing Liteta
yes,
get
I
any minutes
him
at
to be
all.
introduced at some point as well. Yeah.
And who else? And then Masenya as well, left back. Those are the only two that I would complain about. In terms of selection, performance, I think we can get into that.
In terms of selection, what did you say? I lost you there.
So in terms of selection, the left back position and is the one that I had a problem with, and also not seeing Liteta kind of get minutes in the squad. I think those are the two that I would thought, okay, I expected something here. But most of it was what you would expect. But in terms of performance, that's maybe something that we can get into next.
What?
The performance side of the starting 11.
Oh yes,
we can discuss
that's the next on the agenda. What did you make of the overall performance, and also who was your standout player? Let's get to that. Or player or players, if you could rate them quickly and all that.
Okay, the performance was, I won't say it was a good performance. It was a bad performance, but a good result. That's what we can say. It was a bad performance, but a good result for for Zambia. But collectively, that is. But individually, there were players who stood out. For me, my man of the match definitely has to go to Willard Mwanza. Penalty save, very comfortable on the ball. You saw that dummy he played on the Malian attacker. I believe it was Diallo. That was very Manuel Neuer-esque. To have someone making their debut at a major tournament and be that unnerved. That it's almost Kennedy Mwene levels of comfortable, because the things Kennedy Mwene would do with the ball, same thing that we are seeing with Willard. Of course, it's only his first game. He's 28, I believe 28, 29, somewhere there, which is very young for a goalkeeper.
Yes,
If
yes, yes.
if we can maintain at least a goalkeeper like him for the next, he can be a number one for the next 3, not even 3. Let me say 5, 6, even
5,
up
6
to 8
years.
years, depending on his discipline and also his development, club level wise. We have something there. For the first time, you are being impressed by a goalkeeper. Like the shot stopping on point, he didn't fluff his line, very comfortable on the ball, like I said, because Mali was pressing us. He was able to beat their press with those long passes, switches to Fashion Sakala there. So very impressed with him. My man of the match. A close second would be Benson Sakala. That last ditch tackle on Sinayoko. The leadership that he provided in defense, the physicality, the organization. For me, he's a close second. For the rest, I was very disappointed with Lamek Banda. Told he was carrying a knock. Maybe that is why, but he kept losing the ball, which kept putting us under pressure. Fashion had very little impact. Lubambo was playing the wrong position. I think he was good when he's the best carrier of the ball that we have. He managed to beat he's very press resistant. So he could carry the ball forward. But after that, there was nothing to show for. But he was good. If he was on the right, would have been better. It was just an average performance from him. Owen Tembo was okay. Miguel was okay. By the time that he was there, he was physical. He at least managed to drive forward a few times, but then there were no passes into the pockets. Klingskangwa, he was everywhere, but there was again not a lot to gain from him. Not a lot to write about. Very average performance from him. He was the midfield battle was overwhelming. No wonder we saw Mali have, I think in the first half they had like 10 or so shots. I don't know, something like that. I think there was 14 shots by the 70th minute or so. And that shows why we didn't have control of the midfield. Patson Daka, I wouldn't say a lot about him because it was rare that he got on the ball. So you can't. And when it came to it, he did his job. He got the goal. How many chances did he have on the goal? I think there were like 2. There was that header that went over the bar, which was a half chance. Then the goal that he scored. So you can say he had a performance. The goal bailed him out because if not for the goal, he would have been lambasted. Would have been lambasted, but the goal helped. I think That's
No,
my
I can.
view on the performance. I don't know what if you had anyone. I know you're going to say Willard was also your man of the match.
Pardon?
Who was your man of the match?
Okay, before I get to that, I can see Mr. Kapumbwe Chama. Good sir. You can join us. You can just click on the link and just ask to be a guest there. We will accept. We want to hear your views, sir. Yeah, but for everyone else watching, this is the 12-man FC. We are just reviewing the Zambian performance yesterday. It would be nice to hear your sentiments, Kapungo, especially on the games that you watched at the very end. We can discuss those. So try to join and then we'll add you so that we can
Nigeria
hear.
have scored. It's now 2-0.
It's 2-0 now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The
Yeah,
second half
so
just started.
answering your okay. Answering your question. So Mr. Kapungo, you can join so you tell us about what you feel the Super Eagles are doing right now. But anyway, oh, okay. Sorry, sir. No, then you listen to us. Sorry about that. So anyway, for me, like you have said, it's difficult to give anybody else than Willard Mwanza when it comes to the man of the match
Offside.
performance, how he
Okay.
accounted himself and all that. But also, I think for another debutant in Owen Dembo, I think he did well, and I mean the debutant on the at the biggest stage. I think he did the small things right. Of course, he couldn't find small passes in the small spaces and all that, but I was largely impressed by him, considering the fact that he was there. He helped break the play here and there, and his imposing frame also helped us when it came to long balls. We didn't really lose much of those. I think, except for those that were going in the final third, which most of them were really poor crosses, if we are being honest.
Yeah.
So I think he really accounted himself very well, and I think he was reminding me of prime Nathan Sinkara. Only that the only thing missing out of him was the passes. Nathan could pick out
Yeah.
a pass. You know, he could disrupt the play and then pick out a pass. But I think as the more he plays, the more he gets to grow his game. I think we have a midfielder in him. He also made it possible for Chaiwa to bomb forward because he knew he could try. He had someone he could trust to stop the play, if anything. I don't think we've
Yeah.
seen much of Chaiwa carrying the ball and moving with the ball as he was, charging into the defense of the Malians there. And for me, that's what he brings to the team. Remember, when we talk of Mwepu, we miss Mwepu not because he was only able to dictate the play, but the ability also to carry the ball from the midfield and just charge into
You
the
don't miss
opponent's
you don't miss
defense.
Kapumbu.
Pardon?
You don't miss Kapumbu.
No. Kapumbu, no. Kapumbu, no, sir. Thank you. No, but thank you. So yeah, and I think he also bailed out Klings in a way. He didn't really bring in his A game. He was far from his best, really, really far from his best. But I think he was helped by that. But I would have much loved to see Riteta play, and I hope the next game he gets a nod and play. And also on Lamek Banda, I'm struggling to understand why he was given a starting base, knowing fully that he had the knock. I think he was a passenger for much of the game, and it took so long for him to be substituted again. That was something I struggled to understand. But that being said, um, next game, what would be your possible changes? Because most of the things you've said, and do you think Fashion Sakara, the armband, is wearing too much on him?
Okay, just a moment. Tanzania have scored.
Who scored? Kapungwe, how is the weather there? 1-1,
The
yes?
first stars have
How is
scored.
the weather?
No, Mr. Kapungwe is talking about Faxon Kapumbu. No, we are talking about his brother.
No, not Paxton Kapumbu. His brother, his young brother. Is he Kevin? Kevin, yes?
Yeah.
Kelvin Kapumbu. I'm talking
Kelvin
about the
Kapumbu.
former Zanaco midfielder, sir. No, Faxon was a
He's
baller.
now
He
now
was a
with
baller.
Sapresa, Konkola Blades.
Oh, see, he's dropped his levels anyway. Sir, yeah, so
for the
the
next game.
Is it a final for both? It is a final for both. So where do you think this game will be won or lost for Zambia?
For every game at AFCON, there's no small team. That's one thing. Yeah. We are seeing Nigeria here suffer. It's 1-1 versus Tanzania. You see?
Sorry, Mr. Kapumwe, sorry. At Tanzania is ruining his night. No, you'll be all right. Oshman will score a last-minute winner like Mo did last night.
Oh, okay, sorry. Nigeria on the attack. I think my stream is a bit delayed.
Okay.
Anyway, with our next game, it's going to be a do or die game because Comoros lost their first game. Meaning, if they lose this one, Nigeria have scored.
They are out. Kapumwe must be happy.
Yeah, it's a good game. Turning out to be a good game. So for our next game, it's a final. For Comoros, it's a final. They lose, they go home. They draw. They have hopes. They have to beat Mali for them to be at least third best playoff. Third best losers or something like that. For us, if we win, we ensure at least that we'll go through to the next round.
Yeah.
So definitely a must-win encounter, and definitely also a must not lose encounter. In that sense, whatever we do, we cannot lose this game. Comoros is in our tier, in as much as they played well against Morocco. I think we played Comoros last time out in Ivory Coast, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yes, and we played them also in the qualifiers, I believe. I remember a game where was it Kennedy Musonda who scored? I think we played them. We have encountered them a few times. We know what they're about. We know we can beat them. I remember another game that we played at Levy, where if it was not Mayuka who scored, it should have been Ronald Kambamba. That was under Hona Janza. We beat them there. So we have had a few encounters because they joined COSAFA and so on. So they are familiar foes to us. We have the quality to win the game. A few changes that might be there. Please play Hamasenya. He will help the attack. The thing is that because of Lubambo playing on the left, it made us to be very predictable in the attack.
Yeah.
Very, very predictable. So if we have Hamasenya, who is a marauding left back, we will be at least able to take it to the byline or even cut in with fashion. It will bring a variance to our game.
Yeah.
Then we have, I would say, we don't have to go with like two secure holding midfielders against Comoros. I know it's not being disrespectful to them, but it is being respectful to our football. I would suggest we play a more box-to-box midfielder in like Liteta to start. He's creative.
Who drops out?
The one who drops out would be Miguel.
Okay.
I would go with Liteta. I know the experience is not there, but the boy started for Cagliari against Juventus. I think that is experience enough.
He had started his previous 2 games for the club before he came to the AFCON.
Exactly. And you know how Syria is for you to be playing even in the midfield. You have to be top class. So I think it is time that we trusted him in the midfield with Owen Tembo and then play Kings, put him in a free role or the what the thing that I was discussing with Kasha in the morning. I was telling him one thing that killed us was that Kings is not a number 10. For me, he's not a number 10. He can't play close to a striker. He's more in the mode. I know people would it's just a comparison. I'm not saying he's at the same level. It's a comparison. He's more akin to a Pedri. Pedri plays well a bit deeper than maybe say a way Mesut Ozil would play. He would play close to a striker, 1-2, 1-2, find players like that. But with Kings, is not an out and out number 10. But it would therefore be better if we had Liteta play. But I know the coach won't trust him. He would rather go for David Simkonda. So I think I would want Liteta to play, but I know David Simkonda might be more favorable for the coach seeing his selections. One thing about David Simkonda, he's robust, he's physical. One thing I like about him is the box crashing. He will always find chances on the edge of the box. It's just the courage of shooting that is left. If he can manage to shoot more, I think it will be a more rounded box-to-box midfielder. So I believe he will start if Miguel doesn't start. I would prefer we play a midfield of Owen Tembo, Liteta, and Klings. Then up front, I would even suggest that Matthews Banda retain his right back spot, play Luvambo on the right wing.
And Hamasenya on the left.
Yes. So Luvambo
because just to cover that, I think Luvambo is good. He can beat a man.
Exactly. And he's more secure on the ball. If you saw with Lamek will frustrate you. He's a very brilliant player on his day. We saw what he did to Hakimi at the last AFCON. He was on form. But seeing the performance yesterday, I think Luambo should go back to right wing, provide that experience, that leadership with Patson Daka as well. And then the rest right itself. Fashion is a captain, can't be dropped. Like I said, you can't drop Patson Daka. You just can't. We might bring on Kennedy Msonda when need be. I don't know when Jack Kalicho will get his minutes, but there is no easy game. There is no easy game. So I don't think he will get minutes against Comoros. That would be my starting 11. So probably we'll maintain the same. The main change I would suggest is the Lubambo and Hamasenya thing. That would be the main change.
Right. So we should be ending in the next 10 minutes so that we can just digest what Mr. Kapunga is watching. He seems to be very happy that Lukman has put Nigeria 2-1. No, congratulations, my good sir. Yeah, so we should be wrapping up in the next 10 minutes. But before we do, what is your overall impression of Coach Moses Sichoni seeing this was his first game in charge of the team since being appointed as the Chipolopolo gaffer. To say the least, many people have come out to say they have been shocked. Most of them were being patriotic by supporting the team and going out, but the performance was rather something that impressed most people. What do you make of his start to life? And overall, even as we are going in the dying embers, what have you made of the AFCON so far? Having seen this is match day 3, what do you make of the overall AFCON picture? And let's just speak to those two things.
Okay. For Coach Mose, he he has been assistant for quite some time. So we can say it's his first game, but he's been there. He's been there, and there are some games that he actually took charge when Grant was there. When Grant was out, he would maybe take them to Kosafa and the like. What do we make of the first impression that we have? He has made mention that he wants to start with the youth. He wants to give chance to the youth, which we can see with Matthews Banda being trusted from the start. Provided an assist for Patson Daka and was very solid despite giving away a penalty. And then the disorganization also for the goal that we conceded, the comical goal that we conceded, might I add. It was a very mixed performance for Zambia. Like I said, ultimately it was a very bad performance, but a very good result for us. We struggled to create chances. We didn't have any shot on target in the first half. So we should have been a goal down, by the way, because they just missed the penalty. So we wouldn't say we had a very good first half. Second half was the same. We only started trying when we conceded the goal. So for me, I wouldn't. The celebration for me wasn't that we played well. It was that despite that we got a point.
Right.
So he needs to go back to his tactical board, see the changes that need to be made. Like I said, have a look at Amasenya, who is the only natural left back that we have at the tournament. And then I would have this is a grievance that I have. I hated that they left Albert Kangwanda. Because looking at the players that he took to AFCON, he is probably, most of our players play better on the left. Lamek plays better on the left. Even if you go to his club, he plays on the left. Fashion plays on the left, so there's a collision there. Savobo, he plays on the left. He's not a right winger. So the only right wingers we have right now are Pasco Piri and is it Kalusa? Kalusa, I think, can play right wing.
I can.
Yeah. So, and those two will not get minutes. I don't think they'll get minutes because there's no easy game. There's not that easy game where you won 3-0 and then, we bring on the kids. We don't have that luxury.
We have an easy game against Morocco.
So Kangwanda would have been a good option to have off the bench. So that's one thing that I have against the coach. But I think this was one of the best defensive performances I've seen from Zambia, despite us conceding that comical goal and conceding that comical penalty as well, because Matthews Banda was caught. Yeah. So despite those two mistakes, we looked assured in defense. Mali didn't like threaten us that much. They kept putting balls in the box that they didn't win. We were good with the second balls. Um, on a grading scale, I would still give him a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. Let's speak to the general feeling of the AFCON. Three match day three. This is match day three. 3 days into the actual
This is
tournament, and then
group three.
as we wrap up.
This is Group C, eh? Group C. Group C or Group D?
The
Okay.
one playing.
Yeah.
Yes.
With the AFCON, the quality isn't like there, but it is there. We have seen European based stars show up. Mohamed Salah, we saw Brahim Diaz get his goal. We have seen today Lukman get his goal as well. The Taranga Lions blitzed past Botswana. Mane could have had a hat trick. Nicholas Jackson should have had a hat trick. I don't know if he's the one who scored the third goal. We stopped watching at 2-0. But again, the competition is getting tighter with the big teams because teams have improved. We saw how Zimbabwe gave Egypt a run for their money. Yeah, we saw even Morocco struggled to beat Comoros. Zambia as well with Mali. We had who else
South
playing?
Africa, Angola.
Exactly. Angola, although South Africa, full of local based players, most of them coming from Orlando Pirates, they still showed up, showed their class. Morocco were no slouches either. They gave them a fight to the end.
Yeah.
So African football is improving. It's on the up. And everyone is, I like the engagement that I'm seeing online from people from abroad. They are really looking into the tournament. And that's good. That's good for African football.
Yeah.
Putting everyone of us on.
Yeah. Yeah. No, sir. Thank you so much for making time. I will do this again, possibly, all things being equal tomorrow. Just have a few on some of the games and also build up to the other games. But Mr. Kapunga and the rest who joined us, please make sure that you are on the lookout for our posters and timings to see that we can engage and have meaningful conversation. But this was, for me, it was a good first attempt,
Episode.
and we are looking forward to even more conversations.
We have made our
Let's make
AFCON
sure
debut.
that Kashia joins us next time.
Sure.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Enjoy the game. And